Everyone who has stayed in London must have seen the lighting design on behalf of the London New Year. Very Christmas atmosphere. These fantastic angels sparkling. With a deeper understanding of the light, when looking at this fantastic scene, I did not expect to go back to China to engage in the first career as a lighting designer, and found that the light can add a lot of atmosphere. This was a graduation show for performance at Central St. Martin's one year, where the lights hit the girl's body and danced along with it, moving together. Including the background, I chose the candle concert I listened to in London. My video will overlap a lot of big and small videos in the same frame, through intertwining, fusion, and creation. This is my sister and me. We are very close friends and working partners. We founded a jewelry brand and opened a jewelry shop together. I graduated from CSM Graphic Design last year, and this is a clip of our graduation. Definition of personal practice. I define my practice as a creative approach that blends several artistic disciplines, encompassing painting, photography and sculptural visual design, and even some emerging creative approaches. I define my practice as a multidisciplinary designer specializing in commercial body design and brand identity. Before studying graphic, I studied fashion for 3 years in LCF and CSM, and watching fashion shows is also one of my inspirations. I probably love designing to influence the atmosphere of a commercial space and solving the problems that commercial space design faces in reality, through visual language to influence the overall artistry of the commercial body, including the fact that the commercial body is widely spread and makes me feel that my designs are seen by many people. And above is the daily sketch project by an MIT professor, Zachary Lieberman. He says, creating with innocence, with no expectation of reward, with no limitations, and simply creating every day reaps joy. This is the ambient lighting of a commercial project under COFCO Group that I designed before. I'm particularly good at combining different media and techniques to create unique and insightful artwork. Here is another commercial project I designed last year for Chaoyang Joy City. My special ability may lie in integrating artistry and commercialism, as well as designing in the perception of different cultures and details. Light and shadow infuse the soul of the whole business atmosphere is the slogan of my design for this place. My transformation into a multidisciplinary artist has been a gradual evolution, and I hope that my work conveys a spirit of innovation across art forms and a respect for multiculturalism. My multidisciplinary design status may be achieved by combining visual art and branding in my commercial practice and hopefully conveying the quest to explore artistry in commercial design. Reasons for choosing intercultural practice. I chose the MA in intercultural practice because I am very interested in understanding the connections and interactions between different cultures. Also to deepen my understanding of the relationship between different cultures and their influence on commercial design. At the same time, I thought about what more interesting things I could do next. I like reading a lot and enjoy the pure process of going to school. because I am currently in China. And not being in an English-speaking environment often makes me forget about English. And continuing to study also allows me to continue to perceive the English environment. It seems that the school environment is like a safe harbor for a person who is already working. And it makes me feel at ease and happy. I believe that this course will broaden my horizons and provide me with more intercultural perspectives that will help me in my personal and professional life. It enables me to better understand the connections between different cultures and incorporate them into commercial design, including the perception of life in some different details. At the same time, being in this class made me feel as if every time I attended a class one was having a purely academic discussion with a few friends in different time zones, which I enjoyed and had some heart-soothing effects. The effect of culture on an individual's self-perception and consciousness. Culture has a profound effect on individual self-perception and consciousness, shaping my view of the world and my values. Culture plays an important role in shaping an individual's perceptions and consciousness, and influences one's design orientations and perspectives. The idea of restraint in Oriental aesthetics has always influenced my designs, including the control of mood in some Oriental films or artworks, which is even more rooted in my mind. The relationship between personal identity and cultural identity. I believe that personal identity and cultural identity are interconnected, and that individual identity is influenced by the cultural environment in which they live. There is a strong connection between personal identity and cultural identity that influences my design philosophy and the creation of commercial visual works. For cultural identity, the environment I am in. Beijing. Some culturally strong buildings. Some sign. Logos of a literal nature on the street are always in my eyes. These are influencing my aesthetics and thoughts. For my personal identity, having spent many years in London in Europe, the study of Western aesthetics is also influencing me. The environmental factor is a very important link between culture and the individual. The influence of culture on art. My culture has a significant influence on my art, which is especially reflected in the themes and aesthetic orientation of my work. The influence of the culture I live in on art and design, such as values and aesthetic standards, including the integration of some atmosphere. For example, the commercial body I am currently working in, it is in the center of Beijing, near Wangfujing. Where there is a strong political atmosphere. I can't do what I want to do as I did when I was in school before. I need to consider a lot of factors. Including restraint and context, which are simply some of the feelings of Chinese art. and I have applied them to my designs through different design techniques. Expectations for intercultural practice. I expect that intercultural practice will provide me with a broader perspective and deeper understanding, so that I can better integrate and understand different cultures in my future career and incorporate them into my creative and artistic practice. Cross-cultural practice may help to better understand and apply different cultural elements in commercial design, which is in line with my long-term vision and goals in the design industry.